July 24th. The Olympic Games have started, the actions thereof. But there should always be some time for a coffee and for getting smarter together. I feel like talking about magic today. More precisely, I want to talk about how the concept of magic mirrors what we now have discovered with our scientific methods. And really, this goes back to one of the themes in my YA sci-fi thriller The Big Lie, the trap a solution really can be. Magic exists since time exists. According to Deborah Harkness in A Discovery of Witches, magic is desire made real. A definition of magic you might find in a dictionary is: magic is the power of apparently influencing events by using mysterious or supernatural forces. At first glance, we see two main aspects that had to come together so people would speak of magic: an event and a force. Let's stop here already and appreciate the parallels to how time emerges according to our current scientific understanding. Time is nowhere to be found in the fundamental laws of the physical universe. It only emerges in our mind when there's an event in which energy is exchanged and the so far unknown to us information in the energy is knotted to a memory and anticipation, both information written in energy as well. So what we need for time to emerge as well is an event and energy. But the parallels don't stop there. Let's take a look at the type of event typically found to be at the center of magic. The definition speaks about influencing. The type of event we are talking about is therefore a cause and result type of event, an interaction. And that's exactly the type of event necessary for time to emerge as well. The event is an entanglement with another energy pattern. The patterns bouncing into each other perhaps cause a transmission of energy and exchange of information. While the entanglement lasts, it becomes clear that several things can happen and will happen once the entanglement breaks up. Since time does not exist outside of our minds, timelines don't exist, so they can't split, but that's what will happen next is called. The question is, how much of entangled energy will go down what timeline? I much rather want you to think of it as how much energy will stay in each resulting cluster of information, of energy, in each resulting pattern. Because humans can sense energy beyond visible light waves, and we can direct it to some extent with practice. Practice our ancestors did far more widely and extensively than we do today. It is quite obvious then that what the witch is believed to do is influencing the energy in such a way that more energy goes down the path of a less likely option, pulling along all the other patterns entangled with her and whatever she interacts with. As a result, others affected feel like they got trapped in a life world that wasn't meant for them. Now, add to that the peculiarity of space. We haven't talked about it here yet. It's coming up. But maybe you heard that Einstein, when quantum physics was discovered, coined the phrase spooky action at a distance. He understood quantum physics quite well, thank you very much, but then again, he was a trained classical physicist. His special and general relativity are deeply rooted in it, and classical physics relies on space and space-time, while it focuses on objects therein. But the universe really works the other way around. Things get entangled, and from this interaction, we get time and space. What is entangled is close. It doesn't get close in space and therefore gets entangled. It's not like chains in a box or something. So what is entangled remains close no matter how much distance we think we put between it. What means for magic that it is easily to see that a witch could get her energies entangled with something that others perceive as a distance away. Work magic over a distance. From her perspective, from her degree of entanglement, it would be close for her. I don't say that it is necessarily working. What I say is that the belief in magic of our ancestors going millennia back isn't a symptom of their ignorance. On the contrary, we can conclude from the existence of a concept of magic to a high degree of understanding of how our universe really works. An understanding we modern people in the West didn't reach again until 1925. And even 100 years later, we struggle to digest what it really means. Yes, we use the equations and they work, but we don't know why. And yet, we think of our ancestors who chose to use the same knowledge just in a different manner, and you could say a more correct manner, one that put interactions and energy at the center as less. When we should know better, as we have rediscovered that time as a fundamental thing doesn't exist. So the past isn't much different from the present or the future, because the past, present, and future don't exist anywhere but in our mind. And here I come to my last point about solutions being traps. Imagine you go out to gather mushrooms. You find one. Yay, you! What happens? You will search the surroundings very carefully. Then you will look for places just like that. Meanwhile, there could be far better places. You might even pass by them. You will not know because you abandoned your random search and now use a small set of criteria to guide you. You stopped exploring and started exploiting. The world you generate in your mind as the best model of a physical universe, it shrinks. And all solutions you come up with are just versions of what has come before. Whether they actually solve the existing problems or not. And once you're at this point, it's nearly impossible to engage in different thinking, let alone start to truly explore again in a way where you are just out for the interaction and energy flow that then will result in options. Explore. As Anonas, think. Make a habit out of thinking. Let's turn thinking into the norm again. Like, comment, share, and follow. Let's not miss a single opportunity to improve yourself and society. Once you do, we'll meet again at the coffee pot.